Hello everyone, I'm Havoc, and this is Factorio Space Exploration. We are yet again here on Mars, as I have taken a liking to calling it Marzana, but just Mars. And I have allowed it to run and finish putting the bricks here, so it's no longer screaming at me down on the bottom, hey, you're missing 1.5 billion bricks. Not really, it was not that many. How I did that is just slight augmentation to my blueprint, splitting the bricks, undergrounding so that a dedicated amount will go to the end every so often. You know, it's 50-50, half in it. One half goes to running this, and the other half goes to storing there until that fills up, and then they'll all run down. But that just means I'll have bricks available all the time. And I like that idea. Well, I don't know if I need a full chest. Let's go ahead and just say, alright, that's enough. Nah, full chest, I like it. Why not? I'm just storing large amounts of things. That's, in case you're wondering why everything is running, it is because I simply threw warehouses at the end of each line of resource going down through here so that it can just backlog a bunch, because right now I have not built anything moving forward from here. That's just kind of where it stops, and that's okay for right now. What I do want to focus on right now is why we're here, right? This cryonite, processing it. And I want to build that somewhere right up above here. We might leave just a couple of spaces. Maybe just the spacing I got here was just 3 tiles. Yep, 3 tiles. We'll leave the 3 tiles apart and do it somewhere in this area. Now, step 1, you have to crush it. Now, how much are we actually getting? Whoop. We are getting 33.6 per second. Well, we should be. We're not mining enough here. And I'm pretty sure the beacons don't affect this. Let's just double check that. It does not appear. There's not a bar to watch, but if you look, it's roughly the same as the one beside it. So I'm pretty sure the modules don't affect it whatsoever. But what this is telling me is that I don't have enough coming down through here to run this fully. Now, we've got a few options for how to handle that. I could just plop down another set. Cliff is in the way. What cliff? We're building on top of barrel. That's funny. Is there more barrel somewhere else? I'm assuming. Yes, in case I need that. I know it's already here. I'm okay with building on top of this one. The next question is, did I bring enough core mining drills? And I don't know. Let's find out. Because I had, for novice, there were enough. Now, I do know you get diminishing returns for this. Why are we missing those last few? Why are you moving so slow, robots? Work faster. But you do get diminishing returns, right? So the first one gives you 100%. Then 2 give you like 2 at 80%, blah, 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 going down. However, adding more up to a point does actually give you a little bit more, just at the cost of more power. Now, I've got the power. Oh, goodness, autosaves. One moment, please. Alright, so I do have the power. That's not a problem. Next up is going to see how many of these do I actually need, because I am already maxing out. Why is there one on the ground right there? And right there. That's confusing. Anyways. Oh, no. Alright, so now that everything is actually functioning and running, we're still not at a full blue belt. I don't know how many of these I brought. let's do it more along the lines of this. Let's tack 2 additional on here per. Let's see what happens. Well, if I have 2 more. I don't actually know how many of those I have in storage. Let me just go over here and see. Actually, those might be the last 2 that I had in storage. I can't see the lowest numbers down there, so I'm not sure. But I do want to get this thing all the way maxed out down here. And oh, we're almost there. We're getting very dangerously close. Do I have 2 additional core mining drills? Let's find out, because I think if I do have these last 2 and I get them installed, I think we will be almost at it or at it for filling up a full blue belt's worth of output here. And then this is a good way for us to see. I need to make this section easily expanded in a modular setup. Look at the effectiveness dropped. Alright, that's okay though. So if I am going to be primarily core mining on planets, I want to get my money's worth out of each one. I need a modular setup for this section, for the core mining itself. I'm going to give this just a moment to run and see what that does for us. How many is this? Is a good question. That's 20. I think 20 is how many I brought. So, with that in mind, if I put this down, are you actually going to bring anything? They may not be on the way with anything. Oh, or maybe they are. That's cool. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's going to skew everything. How am I going to get good results? It randomly stopped because my storage filled up. Ah. That is rough, though, because that does actually cause a bit of a problem. With that backing up, this isn't, all of these will be backed up. So there's a backlog at every one. It's going to take me a minute to see if it will clear properly. Ah, man, that's rough. Okay, well, I think that's what we're going to call it at anyways. 'Cause I don't know how long it'll take to clear that. Let's move down here and look at, we know at the maximum that it's going to produce 33.6, and I don't think we're going to be hitting the maximum. So let's see what it will take to process the crushed cryonite. If I fully speed beacon one of these. Okay, I'm going to have to mess with the buttons because the button that I have set up to do the max rate calculator is shift in, and that's now opening our novice. It's opening our Universe Explorer, the map there. So we need 2, not quite a third, but we'll just say 3 of these in order to process that fully. So if we were to do that, what would a setup look like? Can have those 3 in right there. There's no way. Oh, there is a way. Oh, that is amazing. Okay. I was going to say, there's probably no way to get all 3 of them in one beacon, but there sure is. That's another thing I'm looking forward to. After I get this setup up and running, and I can start just taking these supplies and dropping them on planets and start rocketing goods from planets to space, I can start moving forward with technology and advancing in the mod. We are looking at this right here, and you're going to give me 38.4, which is more than I can actually produce because we were doing 33.6. Now each 1 per second is using, let's see, so if I do shift, no, it's control N. Let me see about fixing that real fast, because it is going to bother me. Quick bars, tools, panels, miscellaneous, mods, max rate calculator, control N. So control N. Let's do something else. I don't know that P is used for anything, so we're going to do that. Oh, there we go. Much better. Alright, now I can pull this up. One machine is going to take 12.8 per second. Now, what are we doing? We're going to need 2 of these per machine. And then we're going to need to output. What is our output looking like? Per machine is still more than what 1 inserter can handle. So we are just going to mirror our setup on the other side. Also, we're outputting more, just barely more than what 1 side of a belt can handle. So we will do some fancy belt work in order to get it loaded on 2 sides. Power. How will we power this? There. Just so that's lined up. Now, simple and easy. Moving on to the next step. How much is this going to give us? 26 point. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So it does take 2 cryonite to make 1 crushed cryonite. See, I was thinking that it worked opposite, that you were going to get more crushed than you were the input, but that is not so. You take 2 cryonite to get the 1 crushed, which is why this is a diminishing ratio of 38.4 only turns into 26.8 with all of my productivity modules in there. So let's set it up to handle this amount, 26.8. We're going to need to wash them. That's going to happen in a chemical facility. I don't have any on me, but I do know that we have a couple right here. It's probably going to be roughly the same as this. So, with that in mind, let's just grab every bit of this minus all of these solar panel things and that. See how this looks. No, that'll cause interference. There we go. We'll need to change those recipes. And then we will see what happens. Looks like, will we get a little bit of stone when we wash this? Yep. So it's very similar. Everything is here, which is good. That means that we're going to need a little bit of water and an offshore pump. for this little setup of ours. All we're going to do is say we're changing this recipe to washed. And how much can that handle? Oh boy, wait a minute. No, it's because this doesn't have... Because we don't have modules in there, it's not going to give us a good setup anyways. Okay, holy cow. This is definitely not the same ratio of washed. It's because the amount we're getting here. Alright, so what we're going to do is change everything up a little bit. I'm going to need a lot of these, right? So 7.4. If I'm getting this, it's not quite 4. We can set it up to have 4. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do at all. Let's drop that back in there. Now, what I do want to do is turn this whole setup, because I'm going to need to have a large number of these. So let's just cut this, and then we can rotate it. And let's see, we'll leave a little bit of room to work things. So we were going to need 4 in total. Let's see, that's actually not the best. The reason for that is I need to run water. Well, I can underground the belts. Right to there. And then all of this water will link up together. And we just add our inserters. We're going to have to move our beacon, as well as where our steam comes out. No, this won't produce steam, will it? It will produce more water. That's true. Yeah. Alright, so the recipe is water to water. What do we get? We get a reduced amount of water coming out. That's fine. So we will take that water and pump it right back into our tank. Consistently, and that creates our loop. Now we need our single beacon to speed everything up. Tiny bit of power, so let's make it look pretty. Put the power somewhere nice, and get that running. Now we need to separate out the stone, and we can take it and just blend it right into our line. Whoops, that's on the wrong side. Put you on the right. Okay. What's the best way to get this combined with the stone? Right in here somewhere. No, it didn't leave enough room. Must move everything over just a tad. There we go. Now we can just run our stone line right down through there. And that will tie into the existing stone line. Now this gives us our washed cryonite. We need to get it made into cryonite rods in furnaces. So the next question is, how many of these are we going to need? They hold a ton of modules. That's a lot of productivity modules. What will you consume per second? Just over 1. And we are going to be producing almost 20. Not really, but we want a factor for if we were to max this out magically somehow. So yeah, the random locking up from time to time is becoming a bit of a problem. What is this going to in turn give us? 1.6 gives us a ton of productivity. So we will be getting a ton of cryonite out of this, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and look at this. I will be able to run it down one line because we're not getting more than what one side of a belt can handle, which is 22.5. We're only getting 19. Well, actually, if you count both of them, it gets dangerously close because of the stone being involved in it. On that thought. Okay, yeah, so it should be able to handle that. I was thinking maybe I should do just the express mini loaders out, but I don't think that's necessary. Let's come in here, run our line down the correct direction, and figure out just how many of these beacons we will need. Speed modules. Alright. I know that's nowhere near enough, but I'm just taking a look here. We're only going to handle 8.6. So I'm probably going to need all of the furnaces. And if I do that, I think it would be more beneficial to set this up in a much cleaner way. Uh-oh. Coronal mass ejection. Heading for someplace I don't care about. Sounds good. So this is what I want to do. I want to move these so my outputs will go onto that line, and let's give myself a tiny bit of room to maneuver. Put the first machine there. Now we're going to run our beacons on the inside of what will be 2 separate rows. I love my reach and stuff. I can reach quite far away. Now, power, we will sneak right in like so, and then we are going to underground just where we need to. In order to get our inputs where it belongs. Perfect. Now, let's power this. This should be still a little shy. 19.4. No, actually it's more than enough. Okay, perfect. So that gives us that. And we can run our outputs either side. The power hopefully reaches. Yes, good. I can reach all the way up there. I have been very much so enjoying the Industrial Revolution that I am streaming. And shameless plug, you know, links are in the description of all these videos, so you can go to my Discord, chat with me, and also join me on streams. But I do miss the level of development that I have on here when I am playing on there. Just the fact that I can reach very far away, move quickly, fly around. All so much fun. And I think for the end, what we'll do is just drop... Well, first of all, let's get rid of all that. And we're going to drop a warehouse down and dump right into it from both sides. Yeah, there we go. Now we are processing our Cryonite rods, which is the point that I really wanted to get to. Next up is to finish the other half of our blueprint down here that will automatically make rockets for us. And then all I have to do is set up some rocket silos, make it fuel it, and build rockets and load up all of this. The only question that I might have is, is this going to be balanced to the point where if I fill up with Cryonite, it will fill up all the way back here and stop making resources that I might need to make the rocket? Or, other way around, I build the rocket, all the production lines back up, and then because I'm not sending rockets enough, I stop processing Cryonite. I'm not sure what that balance will look like, but that's something that I won't really be able to tell until we have things up and running. That's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. I do appreciate it. And if you are enjoying my content and you're not subscribed, why aren't you subscribed? I do appreciate that. And you'll get my notifications to my videos when they come out, and you can check all that out. Again, like I said, I am streaming, so if you feel like it and you want to join me in the Discord and chat about that, or go over to Twitch, the links will be in the description. Thank you, and I will see you all next time.